The last special number that we're going to talk about is pi over 4. And you don't really need to go through the whole motion, but you know that pi over 2 units on the unit circle will put us here. Pi over 4 is half of that, so that's going to put us half the way. And it would be easy to figure out that pi over 4 units, if we have an arc length of pi over 4, our central angle is going to be 45 degrees. And once again, to get to this point, I go back and then up, creating a right triangle, and the hypotenuse is 1. So we have a 45, 45, 90 triangle. If the hypotenuse is 1, we're going to divide by the square root of 2 to get one leg, and we know the legs are congruent. So wrapping pi over 4 units is going to leave us with the rectangular coordinates 1 over root 2 and 1 over root 2. And similarly, this is 1 pi over 4. 2 pi over 4 puts me right here. 3 pi over 4 does not reduce, and I'm going to have, likewise, a 45-degree angle because 3 pi over 4 is almost 4 pi over 4. So this arc is another pi over 4 units. So I'm going to have the exact same triangle. So wrapping 3 pi over 4 leaves me with negative 1 over square root of 2, positive 1 over square root of 2. Wrapping 5 pi over 4, this is 4 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4 puts me right down there. That's going to leave me with negative 1 over root 2, negative 1 over root 2, and wrapping 7 pi over 4. This is 6 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4 puts me right there, leaves me with 1 over root 2 and negative 1 over root 2.